Good afternoon, and welcome to our evening's discussion that seeks to highlight some of the works of our colleagues, give us a sense of their thinking in their fields, as this thinking applies to the world in which we find ourselves, as it were, and to have a chance to question them, that we have a little better taste of the university at large, and that to which it aspires, especially in the area of critical assessment of the world at large, which our local communities are implicated. And to have with us the Chancellor, who played an essential role in the creation of this program, George Hart, being here, having been serving as a heart of the program itself, and the librarian Dr. Ortiz and his work also. Now, I don't know how to introduce the Chancellor. Among other things, he has had questionable associations with academic institutions around here. Boston College.
Oh, Lord.
Northeastern, you know, he served as vice president there, and I hope he will forever regret that he And it's good to have him at this time of the day, given his busy schedule, and he's going to be opening things with a statement and a special welcome. Chancellor Motley.
So we went out and got a different MC for this year, huh? Got someone in here who understands and loves research. I'm so glad you're going to spend this next hour and a half telling everybody at this university what I have to listen to from you every day. How much it means to be a research university, how we're evolving, how grateful you are for this unbelievably talented faculty that we have, and in turn, all those great students that we have. So when I walked in today and I saw you were emceeing, Provost, it brought a wonderful feeling to my heart. George. Let me just get it over with. You know I've been hating on you for a year. For it was a year ago that he took me to the bowling alley. And he beat me up slowly. He started out like he couldn't play. Then he went on to whoop my behind to a point where every time I saw him for about 3 weeks, he started going in the other direction. But you know, this is one of my favorite events, and it's one that sort of goes back to my honor of serving as interim chancellor, or we've never called it interim, Chancellor 1 when I was here. And it was something that you have been able to, along with Daniel and others in the library, and everyone who's been helpful today, including our wonderful photographer over there, Harry Brett, who seems to be with me everywhere I go. We need some theme music for you, Harry. You know, it's just amazing. So thank you to you, the staff, Healy Library, everyone who has something to do with today. I host this event every year as part of what we call SEEDS, our spring enrichment and engagement days. You know, everything in university life has some kind of acronym. So I had to come up with something. So SEEDS, all right, is what we call this. As your host, I'm also glad you all could join us today. I'm so grateful to see the students that are here. Yes, I see you. Some of you trying to act like you don't know me, so I didn't call you out. However, I see you in the room. I want to say that during SEEDS Week, I also like to do a little spring cleaning of the minds. And so this gives us an opportunity to sweep out the old and to bring in the new. We welcome fresh ideas at this institution, but we also welcome fresh attitudes. Because you can have all the ideas that you want, but if your attitude is jacked up, you won't hear it, you won't see it, you won't feel it. So this event in particular offers a great opportunity for all of us to just do that. And so while Terry's sitting up here looking at me like, when are you going to leave to go to your next event during this event, I will be ignoring her because I want to hear what you say. I want to be a part of this, and I want to have a mind cleansing of my own. Today we have a chance to connect across our silos in all of our disciplines and our separate buildings. That doesn't happen too much with the parking lots outside. We have to see each other now. But we also can come together around our separate fields. It's our chance to celebrate the interdependence of our work, but it's also our chance to celebrate the boundless possibilities of innovation. And that's what I love about this theme. And while the provost sometimes allows me to stand up here and take all of this credit for some of the things that we came up with, it was he, among others, during the time when he was serving as Deputy Chancellor, to this young man who also said, Chancellor, you must make sure that you never let that research agenda fall off of your radar screen. And I am going to make sure that you don't. And he hasn't, he hasn't, he hasn't. It's also our chance to honor the courage it takes to, sort of undertake quality research. And so perhaps courage is not a quality that comes to mind often when we think about our own researchers. But courage is just as imperative as curiosity is. And so it's not enough to just ask the difficult questions. We also have to prepare ourselves for difficult answers. I ask questions sometimes and I think the answer is going to come back, Chancellor, we love you. And it comes back, Chancellor, if you only gave us this and that, we might love you, but right now we're not feeling so good about you. And so we can't sit in our privileged positions as educators and explorers and refuse to listen every time we hear a controversial opinion from a student or from one of our colleagues. We can't put down our books and our lab gear and go home when our results don't match our expectations, right, Sugu? Can't do that. Don't take our ball or our lab and run home. Can't do that. And we can't stop learning just because knowledge is hard to bear. I see some of you walking around here, your heads are going back and forth because it's filled with so much knowledge. Just can't take it anymore. I know you can't bear it, but just hang in there. Because every day you're giving it away to unbelievably talented students like those that we have in the room hiding in the back today. We all have to make a choice as academics to keep learning even when that learning causes pain. Because we don't know, and what we don't know will hurt us more if we don't. And so, the research we're about to explore this afternoon is going to be fascinating, riveting, and difficult. One of our presenters has warned us, for me to make this commercial, that if we want happy endings, go see a Disney movie. Because you're not going to have happy endings when you hear this research. If there is a happy ending, it's going to be in our faculty's courageous willingness to research problems and challenges that many of us would rather forget. I see hope. It is a fortitude to delve into our worst problems and to say, I think I can see a way to fix this. It is the strength to stand up to our leaders, to demand attention, to scream from the rooftops that we can't ignore this issue any longer. It's the bravery of knowing that our enemy is bigger than you would ever have imagined and stepping up to fight anyway. So when the Chancellor rolls up on you, step up and fight anyway. Today, we're going to hear from 3 members of our illustrious faculty. Now, I know it could have been any of you in this room, but today it's these 3 who are looking at one larger issue, the issue of governance from a financial perspective, from a political perspective, and from a conflict resolution perspective. Maybe there won't be any happy endings, but I believe we will leave here inspired to do more and inspired to do better. Now, Associate Professor Chakraborty, Professor Ferguson, and Assistant Professor Ivanova are excellent representations of the depth of research, the breadth of concern, and the height of courage that our community, the University of Massachusetts Boston, embodies. I'm looking forward to hearing their presentations. I want to thank each and every one of you again for coming out today and joining us, and for all that you do on behalf of your university, this university out on this beautiful peninsula, our community, and also the world. And most importantly, for all that each one of you does to research itself. I'd especially like to encourage you to continue your brave work in uncovering these often difficult truths that we master on this campus. Thank you for being you. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being an inspirational part of this institution. You don't know what it means to be able to talk about you, your work, and to be able to walk away knowing that when I leave the room, I've left because I'm bragging about a faculty, students, staff, and an institution that's clearly on the move. So thank you for just being you. And let's get on with it, Provost. You ready? Okay, let's take it. All right? Yeah.
Our first speaker is Professor Motley, and he specializes in corporate governance, corporate finance, risk management, and executive compensation. He serves on the board, editorial board of the International Journal of Banking and Finance, and holds a PhD from Boston College. His research topics include corporate governance mechanism and the performance related to CEO turnover, the relationship between incentive compensation and performance-related CEO turnover, and golden parachutes. That has a bearing with the golden rule, with which you'll be familiar this afternoon. And let us welcome to the podium Professor Chakraborty, ladies and gentlemen, and colleagues.